Once again, good afternoon and welcome. Today, the United States Army Military District of Washington, represented by the soldiers of the 3rd United States Infantry Regiment, the Old Guard, and the United States Army Band Pershing's Own, pay a special tribute to several soldiers who are retiring after many years of distinguished service to the United States Army and our nation. Participating in today's review, from left to right, is the United States Army Band Pershing's Own. Formed in 1922 by then Army Chief of Staff General John J. Pershing, the United States Army Band is the premier band of our senior service. Pershing's Own provides musical support for ceremonies and special events in our nation's capital and throughout the United States. The United States Army Band is under the direction of Major Aaron Morris and led by Drum Major Daniel Ord. Elements of the Old Guard include Honor Guard Company, commanded by Lieutenant Sean Paul Stolarski and led by First Sergeant Jonathan Benton. Next on line is Doghouse Company, commanded by Lieutenant George Ladner and led by Staff Sergeant Jeffrey Moore. Next on line is Battle Hard Company, commanded by Lieutenant Nicholas Christensen and led by Staff Sergeant Benjamin Negley. Following is the Commander-in-Chief's Guard, patterned after the unit created by General George Washington in 1776 to be his personal guard. The Commander-in-Chief's Guard is commanded by Lieutenant Jack Chen and led by Staff Sergeant Jacob Lopez. The last element on line, dressed in the Continental Musician's uniform, is the United States Army Old Guard Fife and Drum Corps. During the American Revolution, musicians wore the reverse colors of their parent infantry unit. The men and women of the United States Army Old Guard Fife and Drum Corps maintain this tradition by wearing red coats instead of the infantry blue. The Corps is led today by Drum Major Barrett Newman. Ladies and gentlemen, moving into position is the commander of troops for today's ceremony, Lieutenant Colonel Maxwell B. Pappas, Commander, 1st Battalion, 3rd United States Infantry Regiment, the Old Guard. Since the days of the American Revolution, the colors have been one of the most important elements of a military unit. Therefore, taking the center of our formation in just a moment and bearing the national color is the nation's foremost color team, the 3rd Infantry's Continental Color Guard, led by Sergeant Nicholas Cook. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the advancing of the colors.
Advance the colors!
Please be seated.
Stack. Left. Face.
Code ready, cut. Code, listen, dress.
Officers, dress center. Dress.
Code ready, front.
Officers, ready. Front.
The history of the 3rd United States Infantry Nation. 55 well-earned battle streamers, 2 valorous unit awards, 3 meritorious unit commendations, and 5 superior unit awards attest to the Old Guard's record of bravery and action and achievements during peacetime. In 1922, the War Department granted permission for the Old Guard to pass in review with bayonets fixed. The Old Guard will now fix bayonets to the traditional beat of the drum.
Sound. Fix. Bayonets.
Shoulder, arm locks, and 1, and 2, and 3. Code, right shoulder, forward. Code, ready, cut.
Ladies and gentlemen, taking the reviewing stand are the reviewing officials for today's ceremony. Colonel Jason M. Wright and Command Sergeant Major Marvin K. Green, accompanied by the hosts, Major General Trevor J. Bradenkamp, Commander, Joint Task Force, and Command Sergeant Major Roberto Guadarrama, Command Sergeant Major, 3rd United States Infantry Regiment, the Old Guard.
Present. Off. Stack. Present. Off. Stack. Order. Order. Off.
Order! Fire locks, and 1, and 2, and 3. Ho! Order! Order! Code ready, cut.
Pop. Ready. Rest.
And 1, and 2.
Sound off. Stack. Pop. Ready. Rest. Old guard.
Marching down.
Hot head. Gun.
1 and 2. Come. Right shoulder. Over. Cut. Ready. Cut. Sir, the old guard's prepared for inspection. Post staff.
Step. Right. Face.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the advancing of the colors and remain standing for the United States National Anthem.
Colors. Forward. March.
Please be seated.
Detachment. Order. Off. Order. Off.
Order! Fire locks and 1 and 2 and 3.
Ceremonial. At ease.
1 and 2.
Staff. Ceremonial. At ease.
Major General Bradenkamp and Command Sergeant Major Guadarrama are now moving. Applaud your soldier as they are called. Headquarters, Department of the Army Special Orders. By order of the Secretary of the Army, the following soldiers of the Department of the Army are retired. Colonel Jason M. Wright, PSYOPs. Command Sergeant Major Marvin K. Green, Infantry. Colonel Pamela A. DiPatrizio, Nurse Corps. Colonel Daniel E. Reynolds, Medical Services. Colonel William S. Riley, Jr., Military Intelligence. Colonel Aaron T. Sacchetti, Military Police. Lieutenant Colonel Kevin E. Carter, Aviation. Lieutenant Colonel Christopher A. Hopes, Military Intelligence. Lieutenant Colonel Timothy M. Mitroka, Engineer. Lieutenant Colonel Bradley R. Stremlaw, Chemical. Lieutenant Colonel Teresa M. Terry, Medical. Major Natalie J. Corellis, Judge Advocate General. Major Charles T. Mims, Military Police. Major Jody W. Miner, Jr., Adjutant General. Major Brad J. Ranley, Infantry. Captain Carver R. Campbell, Quartermaster. GS-12 Norma G. Wells Green, Civil Service Contract Specialist. Command Sergeant Major Shonda L. McGinnis, Medical. Sergeant Major Anthony A. Cresta, Military Police. J. Kelly, Recruiting. Master Sergeant Deroni D. Pearson, Quartermaster. Master Sergeant Mariela Rodriguez, Judge Advocate General Corps. Sergeant First Class Ju A. Blackman, Adjutant General. Sergeant First Class Halima L. Crawford, Adjutant General. Staff Sergeant Sev Atarian, Military Intelligence. We are proud to recognize these soldiers' devotion to our country, and we wish them happiness and prosperity in their well-earned retirement.
Hold guard! Attention!
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the posting of the colors.
Post the colors! Staff, right hand, face.
Ladies and gentlemen, Major General Bradenkamp.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. And it's much cooler in here than it would be outside, so we're glad to have this facility and we're glad to have you with us. Distinguished guests, senior leaders, command sergeants, majors, friends, and above all, soldiers and families to be honored here today, thank you for making the time to attend this retirement ceremony at historic Joint Base Myer-Henderson Hall. On behalf of the Secretary of the Army, Christine E. Wormuth, the Chief of Staff of the Army, General Randy George, and the Sergeant Major of the Army, Sergeant Major Mike Weimer, welcome. It's another beautiful day here in the nation's capital, and it's a great day to be a soldier. Before I address our distinguished retirees and families, I would like to take a moment and thank those who worked so hard to make today such a special occasion. On the floor in front of you are the soldiers of the U.S. Army's 3rd Infantry Regiment, the Old Guard, the Army's oldest active duty infantry regiment. You look tremendous, and your professionalism and precision honors those retiring here today. Thanks for your hard work and dedication, and thanks for serving in our Army. I'd also like to thank the members of the U.S. Army Band Pershing Zone. As always, you look and sound amazing and make these ceremonies all the more special. Please join me in a round of applause for all these incredible soldiers. So the soldiers retiring here today joined the Army to be all they could be. Some joined the Army following Desert Shield and Desert Storm. Others joined after America was attacked. Certainty of the global war on terror that brought almost 2 decades of continuous combat operations. They stand here today representing the best of America. Today we honor 25 soldiers and their families for their faithful and dedicated service to our nation and for being all they could be. Collectively, these soldiers represent over 600 years of military service across our Army. With service around the globe in a variety of combat arms, combat support, and combat service support specialties, these soldiers, civilians, leaders, and their families answered our nation's call and have not only served during a period of persistent conflict, but also led and trained our young men and women to deploy into harm's way and to do our nation's bidding. Our Army and our nation owes you a debt of gratitude for your service and sacrifice that can never fully be repaid. The medal and the U.S. flag are but a small token of appreciation for your service. I would like to take just a moment to talk about our flag, Old Glory. That you receive a flag on the occasion of your retirement is significant in that it is the symbol of our nation and recognized around the world. We have fought to protect the freedoms in our way of life, and we wear the stars and stripes proudly on your uniform, both at home and while deployed. The red color in the flag symbolizes hardiness and valor, which each of you has personified as a soldier and a leader in our Army, operating in austere conditions with limited resources to accomplish difficult missions. The white color refers to the purity and innocence which you have sought to protect both here at home and abroad. And the blue color represents vigilance, perseverance, and justice, which each of you has demonstrated in the conduct of your duties as officers and non-commissioned officers. I'm sure the flag holds special meaning for each one of you, as it should, given your service to our nation. As you walk out of Conmy Hall today, take solace in knowing you leave behind an enduring legacy that lives on in the countless soldiers you have trained, mentored, and inspired. The Army is better because of your service. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a round of applause for these 25 soldiers and civilians. But we would be remiss today if we did not take some time to thank the family members of each of those retiring here today. Your sacrifice and support over the past 20-plus years of service has been foundational to the success of each of these retirees, allowing them to accomplish their assigned mission and serve in the Army that they love. You have remained steadfast in your support during a time of war that necessitated family separations, and for that, you will never be adequately compensated. Please accept our eternal thanks on behalf of a grateful nation for all that you have endured as family members. We could not fulfill our obligations to our soldiers, the Army, and the nation without the love and support of our families. So please join me in a round of applause for all our family members here and who are not here today. So to our retiring soldiers, thanks for your service. You are warriors and soldiers for life, so I humbly ask that you take on one last task. Help to maintain our all-volunteer Army by sharing your experiences with America's sons and daughters so that they may be inspired to follow in your footsteps and volunteer to support and defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Tell the Army story. We continue to serve as a shining example around the world because men and women like you have volunteered to serve. So again, on behalf of the Secretary of the Army, General George, Sergeant Major Weimer, the Joint Task Force National Capital Region, the Military District of Washington, the United States Army, and a proud and grateful nation, thank you, good luck, Godspeed. This will defend and be all you can be.
Old guard! Hut!
and gentlemen, please stand and join in singing the Army song.
So this concludes the ceremony.
Well done, Old Guard, Pershing Zone.
Step forward, march.
The United States Army is honored to have presented today's special ceremony. Thank you for attending and enjoy the rest of your day.